Hey guys, what's up? Nijda from St. Vincent Jewelry Center. I want to thank you guys for watching all of our videos. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers so we can give away that Cuban bracelet. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. When you come in here, you'll see someone familiar on the video back there. We're playing all of our videos here so our tenants see what we do here. We're trying to advertise for our building. Like I mentioned before, it's a one-stop shop. You can get everything you can here. Today, we're gonna go visit Jewels by Hemla in Plaza 1. She handles, and she has a lot of antique jewelry. So we're gonna see what she has and show you that we have a lot of different things here in our jewelry center. It's not just regular jewelry. So let's go check it out. How long have you been in business and how long have you been at this location?
This particular location is December. It's going to be exactly
4 years.
That I'm in the same.
So you're one of our original tenants.
I'm the very first one in.
And that's important to talk about because the longevity of some of our tenants. I mean, you're doing well here, that's why you stay, or else if things weren't going well, you'd go somewhere else, correct? Okay. And so we talked about that we have tenants here that do wholesale and do retail. You do a little bit of both, is that correct?
Yes.
So if somebody walks in and they want to buy something, they don't have to necessarily be a store owner.
Right.
It could be just somebody off the street.
No. And we offer this almost the same prices
Got it.
to
Okay.
everybody.
And I see a lot of diamonds, I see a lot of stones, gemstones. Is that what you mostly work on, is this type of jewelry?
Yes. My specialty is antique jewelry. European jewelry from Victorian, Edwardian, Art Deco, and it goes up to like 40s and 50s, which is retro. We go through all kinds of like bigger stones, bigger diamonds, bigger emeralds. But we have another line that my daughter Tina handles that.
Okay.
And that's a newer, the very more modern and trendy jewelry.
Trendy.
And we do wholesale over there. We work on a very, very small margin, and we do 90% of wholesale of the stores, but people that they have on-site stores.
Wow.
A lot of our customers are on-site.
And I heard that you used to work a lot with the movie industry when people needed jewelry for the movie industry.
We used to send jewelry for Oscars, but we didn't do it direct. All the movie stars, they have a manager or somebody that does this work.
So if an actor or a movie company has a stylist or somebody who handles that, can they come here directly, look for jewelry, and then take it and...
Yeah, that's how we do it. We have a lot of movie stars, the soap opera stars, that they come directly and they buy from here.
So maybe you can show us some pieces here that are particular to your type of style. So something antique.
I'm going to show you some of these earrings. The whole diamond was on platinum. It's 1950s.
Wow. How many carats is it?
20 carat diamonds.
20.
And it's set on platinum. Yes.
Wow.
For very important parties. It's set with lots of pear-shaped diamonds, marquee and round diamonds. And usually because they're old, the 1950s jewelry usually is very clean, all D, E, F colors,
okay.
And they are very, very, very high quality.
Got it.
This is one of them.
And if you compare this to like more modern jewelry, do people still wear earrings like this that are modern, that hang like this, or is this really just something that it's more of an antique look than a modern?
No, people wear them. People, when they go to special affairs, like big parties, big weddings, they wear. Of course, they wear them. Younger people now, they wear like a smaller stuff, but people of my generation were younger. There are a lot of parties going on that we don't know.
Yes, that's
Every
true.
night. These are
Show us some other stuff.
These are all platinum rings,
Okay.
originally from 1920s.
Wow, 1920s.
And we sell a lot of them for when people get engaged. This one, it has a 1 carat 19 diamond. It's a G color. It's certified. The center stone is certified. It's G color SI2, and it's on platinum. It's all original. If it's not their size, we can always adjust to anybody's size.
With let's say, for example, a store at the mall, or let's say somewhere else, do they carry things like this, or is this a specialty?
This is special, but maybe they have a piece or two
But you have a lot of selection.
No, they don't have. Usually, they don't have selection unless it's the original antique place.
Yeah, because this seems like it's a very unique shape of a ring. I don't see this too much in any other places.
No, because this is actually very early 1900s.
Wow, so this is over 100 years old.
Yes. And these two the pearls are natural. Usually most of the jewelry most of the pearls that you see are Japanese pearls or Chinese pearls. These are all natural pearls.
And you don't normally see diamond with pearl. That's not so. I guess back then it was probably
that was the fashion.
Yeah.
That was trendy. They did everything. They did everything. But all of them are handmade, and all of them are platinum. That's why they lasted. A lot of gold ones, they made also white gold or yellow gold, but they did not last, you know. But the platinum, that's the important thing about platinum, is you can make them very intricate and it lasts forever.
So you guys remember I told you guys that being a jeweler is this very old tradition. It's the second oldest kind of business in the world, right? So some of the pieces that she has here are obviously very antique. So how far back in some of the pieces that you go? I heard there's like eras. Tell me a little bit about how did this all start? What is the oldest era piece that you have?
It starts from Georgian.
Georgian, okay.
Which is like 1830s, 1840s.
So almost 200 years. Wow.
Then is Victorian.
Okay.
Victorian jewelry is mostly, they used to do gold. They used to put diamonds or other minerals on gold.
Okay.
But then they found out that it looks better if it's white.
Okay.
So they didn't know about white gold. So what they did is they put silver on the gold, the layer of silver.
Okay.
And at the time it looked very good because it was very white and it was very grand. But through the years, it changed color. Let me show you, like this one. You see that? The top of it, it's silver and the bottom is gold. This is Victorian jewelry.
Okay.
And the diamonds are not full cut. They usually have fragments of diamonds. And through the years, because it's silver on the top, it tarnishes. So that's why it
looks dark.
It looks dark.
Got it,
But
okay.
the base is like, look at this. This is a very, very important piece from that era.
So this is from Victorian.
It's all gold. This is
Something like you see in the movie Titanic.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly. They did a lot of work with citrine and diamonds. And this is the original in the box.
Okay, so this is the actual box that it came in.
Actual box that it came in.
Got it.
They call
Okay.
it a fitted box.
Got it.
You
Okay,
see? And then this comes and it gets attached. That's what they did. They did a lot of. They were really
charms.
artistic. Yeah.
And then so what happens after Victorian? What's the next era
Okay.
after Victorian?
Then we go to Edwardian.
Edwardian. Okay.
Because after year 1900, they found out about platinum.
Platinum. Okay.
And they started doing Edwardian. Edwardian work is super, super delicate. Instead of putting silver on gold, they started with platinum on gold.
Okay.
This is the Edwardian. They did a lot in Europe, and instead of putting silver, they started putting platinum.
Okay, got it.
But the work is the most beautiful, intricate work, intricate job in the art. Because platinum does not change. The most beautiful works are that.
Okay.
In between, there is another era which they worked on yellow gold.
So this is kind of like almost like a historical, or teaching you guys about history, because some of these eras, I read them in school, but I don't remember any of them. So she's a good teacher. I'm learning a lot about this. So there's Edwardian, there's Georgian, there's Victorian, there's a lot of IANs. Were they Armenian? I don't know. Let's check.
Maybe they are Armenian.
So what is this one? What's this era?
Okay, this era is Art Nouveau. It was after 1900, and they started doing all this delicate work in gold. These are natural pearls. They use a lot of color stone and natural pearls. Like this one.
Wow, yeah, that's so delicate and so.
Yeah, the workmanship is very delicate.
Yeah, it is.
They use, instead of diamond, they use a lot of pearls, natural pearls. And this one, it looks like coral, but it's conch. Conch is a natural pearl.
natural pearl.
Natural
But
pearl.
it's colored like this?
It looks like that, yeah. The conch, very, very rare, but it's very valuable.
Wow, yeah, this looks great. And this one, I mean, look at the detail on this. None of this done by machine. These are done by hand. That's what being a jeweler is all about, is to be able to create things like this. So, wow, look at the labor and the time that's taken to make something like that. What's the next era?
Next era, which usually starts around 1920s, is the Art Deco.
Art Deco.
Art
Okay.
Deco is very similar to Edwardian, mostly in platinum.
But
It's not yellow gold underneath anymore, because they did all the work with platinum. And these are all natural, all the originals from that era, 1920s to close to 1940s. Look at this bracelet. It's from around 1920s. They were very proud of working with very little color stones, which is very, very intricate work that they did. Like this has emeralds in it. Sometimes they have.
So, how many carats of diamond is there in this one?
This one is like 3.5 carats.
3.5 carats.
Yeah, diamond is not. The diamond is not important. More important thing in here is the way they worked with color stones and the way they cut these stones. They did a lot in France and in Italy and other countries. They did this.
Okay, so
Very
so the craftsmanship to make this is what brings the
Exactly.
value to this, because this is very difficult to make.
Yes.
So something like this ring, what do you sell this for?
This ring is platinum.
Okay.
And the center is 1 carat 10.
Okay.
Of course, this is an estimate because we don't take the stones out.
Okay, got
We
it.
just give you an estimate. And this one is going for $6,000.
Got it. So this, when you say estimate, is because you don't actually remove the diamond to say
No.
actual. You're taking an estimate of what the size of the
This
diamond
size. We go ratio of the size of the diamond to the height. Because it's round, you can tell.
is. Got it. Okay, and something like this, what does this cost?
This one is cost $7,000. If it did not have these emeralds, it would have been like $4,500.
So emeralds make a big difference.
It's not because of the emerald particulars, because the workmanship.
Oh, to put the emeralds in.
The emeralds.
It's a lot of
And
labor.
it was emeralds, or you don't find too many that have emeralds. Or maybe they didn't last because emerald is not very strong. Mostly what we see from that era is sapphires.
Wow, look at that.
Because sapphire is very strong, so it lasted. This one is like maybe late 30s, which is like this was 20s.
And then what does something like this cost?
This one, 7.
7.
The wholesale is 7,000.
Of course.
If they can, whatever they want to sell it, they sell it.
So if someone comes in from the street and they want to buy it, but they're not buying it for a store, they're buying it for themselves,
No,
it's
they buy it
$7,000.
7,000. So yeah, this is another one. This is a very, very beautiful work. This is like $14,000.
Look at this.
And it's all platinum.
So I know, I mean, I could see someone like that's young that wears something like unique like this, because it's different than any other piece you're going to find anywhere else. I mean, even though it's an antique piece, doesn't mean that somebody that's going to be older is going to wear it. Young people could wear this strap. Makes sense? Is that true?
Of course. No, anybody can wear them. Some people, there's some young people that they love antique jewelry because the workmanship is completely different. It's whole hand, and it's more valuable.
And then what's the next era?
Okay.
after this?
Then it comes retro.
Retro.
Retro starts from 1940s. These are retro. First of all, they use a lot of color stones, a lot of rubies, a lot of synthetic This happened to be real. I tried to find them when they're real rubies. The gold, because it was the wartime.
Yes.
For
Okay.
some reason, they put a little bit of a copper in it. So it's not, that's where the rose
I
gold.
see the colors.
Yeah, you see the rose gold comes from this era. It's not as rose as the new ones that they use now. It's totally rose. It has a hint of rose in it. And usually a lot of color stones, especially ruby, was very, very important at that time.
So I've seen my mom's jewelry, and it's similar to this because she was born in the 1940s.
Yes.
And the jewelry I used to see her wear is very similar
yeah.
to this style. So that's called
Right.
retro.
Exactly.
Okay. And then
Exactly.
what's after retro?
After retro, then starts from the new jewelry, which the cut of the diamond became more complete. And what they did is they did a lot of beautiful pieces with a lot of diamonds. All the diamonds are very good, and they still work mostly on flats, 50s and 60s. It's more like a newer jewelry. This one is like late 40s or 50s, this one.
Wow, look at these things.
These are like 50s.
It's almost like there's no gold on these. It looks like it's all made out of diamonds. Obviously it's not because the gold has to hold it, but you barely see it because it's all diamonds. And I'm telling you, this thing weighs a ton. You can't tell from the video, but
Because it's
a heavy piece.
Platinum is heavy.
It's a heavy piece.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's kind of go over it. What were the eras again, one by one?
Okay. From the jewelry that I know of,
Okay.
starts from Georgian,
Okay.
okay? Usually silver
Okay.
with diamonds. Diamonds are not full cut and they're fragments.
Okay.
And
then what's next up?
okay, after that is Victoria.
Victorian, okay.
Victorian is around 1850s to 1900.
Okay. And what's after that?
Is Edwardian.
Edwardian. Okay.
In between, we have the Art Nouveau,
Art Nouveau.
which is all
okay.
gold.
Got it.
And then we have Art Deco jewelry.
Art Deco.
Yeah, it's platinum and it's more sturdy than Edwardian.
Okay.
Then we have retro.
Retro. Okay. That's the
Retro
ones there.
is usually with rose gold, kind of rosish gold, and has colored stones in it,
Okay.
most of it,
And then
it's
after that-
bulkier.
Okay. And after
Then
that's the modern.
1950s.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and I know you guys, your daughter has a kind of a more of a modern jewelry. So let's go take a look at those and see what those are. This is kind of your daughter's section.
It's called Belle Epoque Jewelers. We have a different name. Belle Epoque means beautiful era.
Beautiful era,
And
yeah.
usually 1920s and 1930s, and they call it Belle Epoque. And these are all the new stuff that we wholesale. All kinds of tennis bracelets, and color stones, bangles.
I noticed these pieces are a lot more smaller,
Delicate.
even though they're more delicate, even though they have diamonds in them, they're a little bit more delicate, which is probably what most of the generation nowadays
Exactly.
likes.
These are the
trendy ones.
trendy stuff that
Okay.
we do wholesale and retail, mostly wholesale.
So when you do the wholesale, that means that there's going to be people that are coming in that buy it from you and then they sell it to somebody else. But at the same time, if somebody came in and they were just a retail customer, you would also sell to
Yes,
them.
yes.
You're
Doesn't
not-
matter.
You don't restrict it to
No,
just
no,
wholesale.
no.
Got it. So as I mentioned before, here at St. Vincent, we have wholesalers that sell to other stores, but we also have retail. And we have tenants like Hemla that does both. So if you come in, you want to buy something, you like it, you don't have to be a wholesaler. She's not going to ask you, give me your wholesale resale license. They're going to sell it to you. So that's why the one-stop shop, this is it. Let's see what else she got. So I'm looking at all these rings. I see this tray has a lot of special pieces. Can you explain what that is? Let's take a look at it. Maybe we can.
Sure. This is also mixed up here. This is like a Victorian piece. These are enamel Victorian piece. We did it by color because they're mostly like me. Also, like this is Art Deco piece.
What is this one?
This one is a snake. These are mostly 1950s, and they did a lot enamel in Italy, Italian.
And then is this custom made or somebody mass produced?
These are no.
These are all
These
custom.
are all one of a kind. They did this in Italy, 1950s. These are Victoria, but they did a lot of this kind of work in 1950s Italy. Like this is a 1950s Italy. This is a
Wow, look
Victorian
at that.
piece.
What is that? That's like
Cameo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a cameo. It's a you see it's two colors. It's not two different stones. It's one. There used to be one stone that coming. They get different colors. One stone.
So imagine the labor that it takes to mix them. It's incredible the amount of time a jeweler took to create this.
Yes.
This is
now it's done with machine, because it's who is going to do this now? But these are all hand.
Those are all handmade.
Yeah, these are like man-made rings, and you see how the color starts from brown, and it gets lighter, and it gets to the white.
So something like this piece, what does that cost?
Oh, this one is only $1,200.
Okay.
It's 18 karat gold. I wanted to tell you, cameo This is usually you see them in shell. This is the shell cameo.
Okay.
They cut it from a shell. But these are stone cameos. Stone cameos are more important.
And what about this? What is something like this?
It's $1,200. It's 18 karat gold, and it's Italian.
So for one-of-a-kind pieces, something that's going to be very unique that nobody else has, these are great deals for the price that you're selling.
Sorry. The price has to be good so the store can sell it because they have to make up their own prices. So we work on a very minimum profit.
So even though these prices are set so that somebody could buy them and sell them at a store, a retail customer could come here and buy it for the same price.
Yes.
So that's the beauty of coming. I mean, that's the thing we were talking about with St. Vincent Jewelry Center. That's the beauty of it because a retailer can come here, buy it, a wholesaler can come buy it, and they can get it for the same price.
That's why we get a lot of customers that they come from all over. There's you know what? A lot of people buying jewelry online, but this kind of jewelry you cannot buy online.
Of course you cannot. Yes.
You have to see it.
You have to see it.
And people come from Arizona, they come from Texas, they come from San Diego, they come from Northern California to see this. And if it's not worth it, they're not going to come. It has to be worth the price.
Correct. Well, thank you for showing us all your pieces. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, so what are we doing today?
Doing a photo shoot. We're doing maybe a billboard down the line, but anyway, we're getting some good pictures. See what I look like. I don't have the grill today, but maybe next time I'll have it. But dressed up, ready to go.